And we're live. I'm here with the Haymaker, Jamie Hay. Jamie, thank you so much for joining me.
How are we doing, Katie? You good?
Really good, but probably not as good as you. This is so exciting. You're going to be fighting on Bellator Dublin.
Yeah. It's exciting stuff, isn't it? Looking forward to it, to be honest.
Really exciting. So tell me how it happened, because I didn't hear any rumours or anything. I just saw it pop up on Facebook.
Yeah. So it was kept pretty quiet, to be fair. So sort of first week of the year, I think it was. I do a lot of work with a fight agency with like Chris Clark and the guys over there. So just got a message off Chris saying, "Do you want to fight on Bellator?" And just said, "Yeah." It's pretty much how it went. Obviously, he told me it was Lee Hammond, so know who Lee is straight away. From obviously a great gym, real tough kid. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Why not? So obviously spoke to my team, like Ian Butlin, and the guys, and Ian's always looking out for shows for us anyway, and looking out for stuff what we can get on. And the last couple of years have been a bit up and down, as we know, for a lot of people. We had a few things in the pipeline that fell through for myself early last year, and it just is what it is. And so I concentrated more just on the grappling side and just continuing to sort of build my gym as well. And then obviously I'm always training, so when this sort of came up, it was just a no-brainer really. And to go against the former amateur world champion and someone from such good gym, it's just one of those you just can't say no. And it's on Bellator in Dublin, so.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the fact it's in Dublin first of all. Have you ever? I mean, we've all seen Bellator Dublin on TV. Some of us have been lucky enough to be there. Like, the atmosphere is electric. How do you feel about going into enemy territory and
do you
the
know
crowd?
I love it, to be honest. I love the Irish anyway. I spent a lot of time over there working over the years, so I've actually been out there quite a lot. I've been able to train over there as well at certain points. So it's one of them. It's the friendly people. Obviously, they won't be friendly when I'm fighting against Lee, because he's a big sort of household name at the minute, and a big up and comer. So yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's hostile territory, but it's one of those. It's exciting. I think I feel a bit less pressure going out and traveling somewhere else rather than fighting sort of in my hometown, I suppose. I've fought in Manchester quite a lot, and that you've got a lot of your own fans there, and I think the pressure is really on then. So yeah, it's one of those. It's an excitement, and I've seen never been to the arena, but I've seen the shows they put on, and Bellator put on some cracking shows, and I'd say that's the last one that I've seen that was absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's exciting, and the card's amazing. Just in general, when you look at the people that are on it, Musasi, Vanderford, they're just that's a headline act. K Moose is on there, against Quealy. So that the show itself is fantastic, and the card's amazing. So.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And you've mentioned Lee Hammond a few times, and the fact that he's IMAF champion and he's getting a lot of hype around him. I've seen Sean Sheehan and the Severe boys talking a lot about him. It's a huge opportunity for you, I think, because he is so well known over there. If you go out and make a statement against him, the whole world is watching, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. It's like I put like a little sort of teaser the other week when we wasn't sure exactly what was going on with it. We was hopeful the fight would go ahead, and there's always hoops to jump through, especially at the minute. But yeah, when we both parties said yes to the fight straight away, so we were good to go on that. We were just waiting to get a few things in a row and get sorted out. And I put like a little teaser on about fighting. Yeah, I said it then. Fighting on one of the biggest shows there is out there, and I think it's I'm counting blessings a little bit to be even given the opportunity, really, and against someone with, like you say, the prestige of him and what he's done so far in the sport as an amateur. He's looking to do that as a pro, but you've got to try and stop that hype train sometimes, haven't you? So let's see what we do.
Absolutely. And I always think it's a weird question to ask now, because you don't want to give too much away, but how do you see the fight going? Where do you think are the areas that you will be looking to beat him? Obviously, you're well known for your grappling.
Yeah. I think both of us are. Like I say, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. Looking at him, he's he's a talent. He's got some real good talent on the floor as well. So I think it'll be a good fight wherever it is. To be honest with you, I'm going to dodge your question a little bit, I suppose, but I think it's going to be an interesting fight wherever we are in that fight. I think I'll be in it regardless. And I've got full respect for him and his camp. We know John and the lads over there, and I know Ian, my coach, is good friends with him and stuff. So I think we know how they work, and they sort of know how we work a little bit. So yeah, it's just one of those. You just fight what's in front of you, and I'm not sure. I've seen his last fight. We wanted to stand up a little bit more. I'm more than happy to do that. That's been my background originally anyway. So, but yeah, like I say, we'll see what we've got on the night, but I think both of us are known for having sort of good sort of finishing games, and I think, like I say, it's going to be one to watch on the card. I do genuinely believe that. I think it will be.
Absolutely. We've got a few comments come through. Kanchin said, "Hey, look, 2-0 or 2-0. Congrats. Welcome to the I think that might be non-casual newbie." Hey, buddy, can you speak in an American accent or slow down on your speaking? I'm trying to listen, but you're too fast, just like your jabs. Do you know this guy?
No idea. No.
Oh, well, work on your jawline though. Cheeks a little bit puffy. Jesus.
Wow.
I think this is someone who set up an account just to troll.
Fine by me.
But let's go back to my questions then, if he's got nothing better to say. But you mentioned a little bit earlier about the fact that it's been really hard to get fights in COVID, and a lot of opportunities have come and go. And I don't think you fought. Was February 20 your last fight?
Yeah, February 20, February 2020. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so literally just before everything sort of shut off, really. Yeah. I think about 2 weeks later, the whole world sort of shut down. So yeah, I mean, we got, to be fair though, I got a lot of training over lockdown, and like I say, I got to travel about still and do sort of still do our thing. Just the fights wasn't really there, and then last year I had a couple of niggles and things like that. So like I say, we had a couple of things on the pipeline. I was hoping to get back on a couple of different shows, but that just didn't really come to fruition last year. And like you say, it was only towards the back end of last year where shows really started to pick up again, and when the crowds were allowed. I think I can't remember when it was, about September onwards, I think it was. Sort of, we just didn't really get the opportunity at that point, and I think everyone was queued up, ready to go jump onto every single show. So a lot of the pros, they were sort of not really needed on some of the smaller regional shows, because obviously it's a lot of cost and whatnot. So they were going for a lot of amateur lads, which I get, and it makes sense. It made a lot of sense. We had our own thing going on. We had some other bits that we were trying to sort out as well. I've moved gym. We've moved our gym to another facility, so we've sort of we had a lot going on anyway. So it would have been. You
did have a lot going on, because you've been promoting yourself. You've been commentating. You've commentated on some great shows as well.
Yes, yeah. I mean that was, I was really lucky for sort of like to get out into different countries. Whilst the pandemic was still going on, like I said, I went over to Poland working with Effie, and that was great. Really good fun. Worked with Eagle. Show. Yeah, worked with Eagle Fighting Championship recently. That was good.
Wow.
Yeah, so on Khabib's first show on that one, so we got invited to.
What's that been like?
On that. Really good. Yeah, it was great to work with them. Very easy guys to work with. We did it remotely. So we had the facility to do it. So that was pretty cool, actually. So it was just something new again, something to sort of add to the tick list that we keep adding to the things that we do. With myself and Ian Butlin, we tend to get out there. And obviously we've got the MMA Uncaged Pulling No Punches show as well. That's going pretty well. So we just did our last one last week of that, and that's on Clash TV now. So if you download the app on Clash TV, you can have a look at that. We had a really good cast, actually. So we had the Manchester Top Team guys on it, headed up by Carl Prince. So we had a good chat with Carl. We had Jonas Magard on. We had Jordan Barton, and we had Lewis McGrillen, who I think is one of the best up and comers in our country, to be honest. So it was great to have the team on.
They are a great team, and Carl is an amazing coach. They're doing great things at that gym. So shout out to Manchester top team as well. There's Ian saying, "Go on the haymaker."
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, like I say, I couldn't do it without Ian. We do a lot together, but yeah, like I said, he was working really hard to get on a couple of different shows last year. And like I said, it just didn't happen. Unfortunately, like I said, nothing to do with our fault really, but we're constantly looking. We managed to get this opportunity, so we're going out there and we're looking forward to. Like I say, it's hostile territory, but it's something new and it's something you kind of just gotta, you can't say no to, can you? Let's be honest.
No way. It's a huge experience. It's a huge show. That atmosphere will be incredible, and you know that afterwards the fans will be good. It's just they're supporting their guy on the night. But I wanted to go back to like the break between your fights, because you've had kind of like a few. I think before that it'd been a while before you'd got in as well, hadn't it?
Yeah, so I had a couple of fights within sort of a 4 or 5 month period, whatever, and then obviously, like I say, I finished shut off, and we just didn't really get the opportunity at that point. Like I say, I had a couple of injuries as well. It was a couple of niggles and things like that. And before that, yeah, I had a layoff again. But within that time of the last layoff, that's where I was competing heavily in grappling.
Right.
So I was out there, thought I managed to get a match up on Grapple Fest, which is the best grappling platform in Europe, and one of the best in the world. So I managed to get on that, which was great. So that's again another sort of tick off of things that I've done, been able to do. But yeah, then we travelled about, getting in a couple of competitions, and just like I say, just concentrating on some of the gi and no gi really in the grappling, and just enjoying it. So I've always been active. It's just obviously not in this side of the sport, and I'm looking to get back into being as active as I possibly can for this next couple of years.
Absolutely. And I think the question that everyone wants to know is what shorts you're going to be rocking when you're out there. I've already asked you this because it's important. We've seen you in some absolute rascals before.
Yeah, I'm known for my flamboyancy. Yeah, there'll be good ones. That's all I'm going to say. They are going to be good ones. I've had some nice custom made ones made up for the night, and I'm pretty impressed with them. So they should be arriving the next couple of days, I think. Pretty happy with them as well. Yeah. So, like I say, you've got to make a little bit of a statement, and I like to wear some pretty outrageous stuff. So let's do it. Why not?
Exactly. But where do you order these custom shorts from? Is it these people who always message you on Instagram say, "Hello, dear"?
No, I've got a couple. Yeah. I have actually had things from them. Yeah, I've actually had a couple of things from them. And you know what? Some pretty damn good stuff as well. I've got a some nice leopard print number that I had, which
I love those ones. I'm very jealous of those.
They are some belters, them ones. But no, like I say, I got just custom made. I've got just a team that I work with. Just ask me if they can do stuff, and sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. But these particular ones that I wanted, I think we're gonna, like I say, they should be in the next few days, and looking forward to wearing them. And then I'll be wearing a nice flashy shirt afterwards, of course.
Amazing. I think, when you're on such a big stage, and, it's not like the UFC where that you've got to wear their uniform. This is a chance to show your personality. So you've got to make sure that they remember you in every way.
Yeah, that's it. And you've got to make a statement with everything, haven't you? Like I say, and I think the main thing is with this as well. There is going to be a lot of people watching this fight. As soon as I seen the name, I was offered. I knew it'd be a massive. There'd be a lot of hype behind it straight away because of who he is. So I thought it was great, and I mean, social media went absolutely mental yesterday. I think both sides. There was like I say, there was a lot of hits, likes, shares, everything that you can possibly see. So yeah, I was getting random people message me asking about the fight that I've never even met before. Just a bit surreal stuff, really. Yeah, he was very. I mean, obviously he's well known from the IMAF stuff as well, from the amateur career. I think he had like 26 fights, something like that, in the AMAs, which is massive. I think the only person that's done sort of similar to that, and with that many wins, would be someone like Mokaev, probably Mohammed.
Yeah.
Who I know is absolutely smashing it at the minute in the UFC as well now. So, it'd be good. It's good to fight against someone at such a good level, really. So yeah, like I say, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not going there just to make the numbers up either. That's the main thing. I'm going out there to fight.
But when you get that name, it like guarantees that people will be tuning in, doesn't it? That name in Ireland just means that people. So it's a perfect place for you to make a statement.
Yeah, that's how you look at it. You know, it's one of the biggest platforms in the world against, you know, one of the biggest up and comers from Ireland. So, and it's in his country, so it's great.
Something else I saw on your Instagram was a post you put up at Christmas, like kind of reaching out to people and reminding them that, you know, their mates are going through highs and lows and it's a difficult time of year for some people. I think, you know, not just the MMA community, it's everyone, but like obviously people get hit in the head for a living and for fun. So there does seem to be, you know, quite a lot of, well, there's a lot of highs and lows because of the mental side of the sport as well. I thought it was a really good thing to put up there and to put out there. And you said that you were getting in touch with all your friends and encouraged other people to do the same.
Yeah, it's something that it's, you know, it's really close to my heart. We've had a few good friends take their own lives this last couple of years. You know, a few good lads that we know. Just over the past sort of 2 or 3 years, really, especially, it seems to be happening more. And I think it's probably because of the age range that I'm in now. You tend to sort of see it with some of your mates that you grew up with. But yeah, it's massive. And I think one thing for me is, you know, training is a massive part of my mental health. That just keeps me straight and narrow. And I always try and advise people. People think I'm trying to get them just to come into. They think they're joining a cult or something. Sometimes I think with training, but they're not. You know, you join a community of like-minded people, and you know, I think people forget or don't understand how much they're going to enjoy it and really sort of get a release, especially grappling. I think that's a massive one. You know, boxing. Even if you don't want to do MMA because you think it's a little bit too much for you to start with, you know, start on one of the different sports, and you may work your way into it. But I find that for me helps me massively, and I think I had this conversation not too long ago with someone else on a podcast, and we were talking about, you know, I think Tyson Fury when he came out and made it very, very prominent about his mental health issues. It's allowed people to be really honest and open about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, and not be as worried. Because a few years ago, I'd have never admitted that I struggled, you know, years back. And no, I'm more than happy to admit where I was, you know, 10 years ago and where I am now. And I look back and I'm happy about where I am now. And I think people kind of think it's, you know, you got to be big and tough as a lad. And I'm mainly looking at the sort of male demographic here, really, because I think a lot of males think you've got to be, you know, got to be strong all the time, and you don't. You know, you can just talk to your mates if something's not right. Speak to them, give a shout out to one of your friends. Like I say, and especially that Christmas period, it was quite in my mind that people, you know, it's not a good time for everybody. You know, and everyone thinks it's such a happy time, and it's not for everyone. You know, some people go through a really bad time, so that's kind of why I put it out there. Just saying, you know, check on your mates, and you know the amount of message. The amount of messages that I got from that to say, you know, you're right there. And I rang my friend who's been struggling recently, and I'm glad because, you know, if it's out one or two people, then, you know, that's, you know, I've done my job there with what I was trying to do on that day. And I'll always advise that, like I say, always check on your friends. You know, if you think someone's going off radar, see where they are and see what's going on, because you never know.
Yeah, and I think, like you say, people like Tyson Fury, people like you who are fighters, they're you know, the masculine men, if they think it's okay to come out and talk about it, then, you know, other people might start to realize, okay, this is normal, other people go through this isn't me being weak, or this isn't, you know, this is, I can talk to people about this.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. I think you know, that's what's kind of made people a lot more open about it, seeing that from him especially, like I say, because, you know, he's one of the greatest fighters on the planet, and to come out and to be as honest as he's been over these last few years, and people, I'm just like, wow, what a guy. And I love that. I really, really do. I think it's how you should be. And when you're in a team environment, sometimes you can see, especially with the younger lads, if, you know, they're a little bit quiet, and that you can have a chat with them, pull them to one side. And, you know, me and Sam Kelly, who obviously my training partner, one of the partners over at Real Grappling, he looks at the same as I do. We'll see one of the lads on the mat a bit quiet, and we'll pull them to one side and make sure they're all right. And, you know, you never know what's going on in someone's life and things. And I think people are much more open to talk about it these days, which is great. And hopefully people will the rates of suicides and stuff like that will come down over this next few years, and because about all the crap that's been going on, I mean, I think it's made people a lot worse. But nice, it's nice to be nice in it sometimes.
Yeah, I love that you're doing that. And like you say, it's so good for the mind to train, even if people have got no intention of ever having a fight or competing in jiu-jitsu. If they, I would still recommend to anyone to go along and have a go. And for kids as well, I just think it is such a good thing to learn. But anyway, back to you. Are there any sponsors or anyone that you want to thank ahead of your
Yeah.
fight?
So I've got, like I say, I've had some massive support over this last few years, regardless whether I've been in camps or fighting or what or not. I've had some massive support. So M24 Health always had my back. Always supplying me with stuff constantly, all the way through lockdown, through everything. Same with Hench supplements. Hench have been massive for me. They've just anything I need, the guys over there, they sort me out immediately. And then, like I say, I've got JPR Sports Therapy. I've always looked after me as well. I've got Twisted Fish. I was one of the clothing sponsors that we're in with as well. We tend to work with good guys over there. And then obviously Primal Boxing and Fitness, which is my gym. So the guys over there, again, looking after me for anything like this. Camps have always helped me out and always worked with me. And we've got so Ian just put on there, we have got a crypto sponsor that we're going to be announcing very, very soon. So we will add that to the link as well. So that's been sorted out from our American friends. Well, actually, our Brazilian friend Igor, who we're working with, one of our black belts. So yeah, there's a lot of guys, and obviously, just more than that, big shout out to all my team like Ian Butlin, Andy Butlin, Sam Kelly, and Adam Evans. I've got the best team around me that I can possibly have. And it's the biggest help. We've got guys, we've got Roberto Atala coming back over pretty soon as well. Fortunately, that's our head of Real Grappling. Unfortunately, he's not over until just after this fight. But I would have loved to have him over to corner for this, but I think he comes over in March time. But yeah, like I said, we've got a great team. Got a great sponsorship. I've got some other guys coming on board as well. Like I said, I've not announced them yet, but I've got some other people that are helping out and putting helping me towards some of the goals that I need to hit this next sort of year or so. Like I say, this fight is massive. It's Bellator, but I want more. I'd like to continue with them and to make a statement and do something good and stay on with Bellator. That's what I'd love to do.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a month away. That's obviously the next month sewn up. What about plans for the rest of the year? Is there more commentating coming up, more shows that you're putting on?
Yeah, so we've got we are working with a few shows actually at the minute. So working with Chris Clark over at Budo, always commentating for them. Fantastic little show. So I'm really looking forward to working with him again. A big shout to Chris as well for obviously working with this fight. Then there's Anarchy Fight Series as well. So them guys are doing a great job.
Yeah.
A really, really good job, in fact, over there. And I'm looking forward to just working with them guys. I think they're looking at 2 or 3 this year. We've got guys fighting on other shows as well. So we've got guys on FCC. We've got one of our lads, Oliver. He's looking at fighting for the #1 contender shot for the flyweight title on the Ames. So that'd be good. So he's like a world champion karate black belt as well. So we're looking forward to see. He's made the transition across now to MMA. He's been great to watch. Got Aaron Johnson. He's now under us as well. So he's fighting on a new show called Kingdom, and that's a week after mine. So he's fighting a really, really tough fight. So we'll have a look at that one as well.
Where's
find one
Kingdom?
Next Gen. So it's going to be at the Grand Central, I think it is, in Liverpool.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's called Kingdom Combat. I think it's called. But that's run by Gav Hughes and the lads over there. So again, another high-level Bellator fighter who's got his own show going. So yeah, looking forward to that. Like I say, having Aaron back in the cage after a few years out, Aaron's an absolute killer. And we're very, very lucky to have him part of the team as well now. And then we're looking at Sam Kelly to get back out there as well. Hopefully sometime April, May. And that's pretty much we're going to have a really, really busy few months as a team. And for me, I want to just, like I say, I want to keep the gas on the pedal, the foot on the gas now to sort of like really push to have a strong year.
Yeah.
The year that I wanted last year, really, I'd like to potentially have this year. And what better way to kick it off with a travel over to Dublin to be one of the biggest prospects they've got.
Yeah, there's no better way to kick it off. I'm so excited for you. As soon as I saw the poster, I was just buzzing for you, and I'm really glad I get to speak to you about it. It's a huge opportunity, and there's going to be so many eyes on this fight and this whole card. Like you say, the whole card's amazing. I'm really looking forward to Sinead Kavanagh and Liam McCourt. It's just the whole card is stacked. I know a lot of people going. I'd love to get over myself if I can. It's just going to be electric. So I wish you all the very best. I want you to stay like wrapped in cotton wool and bubble wrap until the day. Pass all your COVID tests if they're doing any, and just make sure you make it into that cage.
I'll be there, don't you worry. Like I say, I'm really looking forward to it. And you know, it's a massive opportunity. So take it with both hands, and let's see where we go with it.
It's on Tapology as being on Bellator London. Like, was that ever on the cards, or it was just no?
Okay. No. This no. I seen someone I'd put a message on that. No, I think they've just mistaken it. Once it was announced, it's announced on. You go into the Bellator's website and on the Wikipedia, it's literally on their site as the Ireland one. It's Tapology. I've just got it wrong, I think, so I'm sure they'll probably change that beforehand. Well, they need to change it beforehand. But like I say, I like looking at, as you just mentioned there, and looking at the card. I'm hoping I'm on as early as possible as well, because I'd like to watch the rest of that
you'd like to watch the rest, yeah.
Yeah,
well, play your cards right, and you could be on that London card as well.
Yep, that's the plan.
Amazing. I wish you all the very, very best with training, Jamie. I can't wait to watch you either on telly or fingers crossed I could get to be there, but it's going to be amazing. I'm just buzzing for the opportunity for you.
Thanks, Katie. Thanks so much.
Totally deserve it. All the best. Take care.
Right. Thank you. See you later.